get this video, share this video. They have since yesterday ebido maybe program maka into has where ridicule Ifeanyi Ubah, because I will call it ridicule, trying to wipe up, trying to erase history, erase reality. They have been drawing my attention to this particular post where they said Ifeanyi Ubah was made mention of with regard to contribution na that particular cathedral. Now, just last night, I was glancing through my phone, going through so many articles. Now, something struck me and said, Ezugo, Jegotu Gukene, that page, and lo and behold, I went to that page. Let us read what is written down here, so that we know if there is a deliberate attempt to rob Ifeanyi Ubah of his effort and contribution na that particular cathedral. If you cannot see something after this, then I don't know. Except if, of course, somebody is going to provide me a page that came after this page. But I think this page explains everything I needed to show you that there is a deliberate attempt to rob off that man his effort, even though he is not alive. Let us fear God. Let us fear God. Now, let me start here. I'm reading from page number 7, and it says, intervention of a benefactor. They say, at this critical point, the slow pace and technical challenges encountered by the contractors revealed the work could not continue in keeping with the original design. Progress stalled. It was at this moment that the late Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Ubah, who would later become a major benefactor, offered his assistance to the then Bishop, Most Reverend Hilary Odiri Okeke, to ensure the completion of the cathedral. What they wrote down here showed that the project had already been in the process before Ifeanyi Ubah came in to offer his assistance to complete the cathedral. Read it again. He made it look like, they made it look like, let me not say who, because I don't know who wrote this. They made it look like there was already an ongoing project which Ifeanyi Ubah jumped on for the completion. It was not specifically written down here that the first project had amended because the work slow pace within 1 year, but the amendment had because of the slow pace, the work was stalled. Thank God it was admitted here. So meaning that the video, Ifeanyi Ubah married with Bishop Odiri, they were not lying there. The work was stalled, and Ifeanyi Ubah batazie for the completion on the ongoing project without making it known to people that Ifeanyi Ubah brought down the old project and he started it from the scratch. Now, let us go. That is all. That is all. There was no specification, that it wasn't elaborated. Then I will tell you where now you will see now the missing link. We are not dullards in this particular thing. Now, you now go to number 8. Not page 8. This is number. Then go to number 8. It says, reorganization and technical oversight. Owese, Dr. Ubah assumed the responsibility for the project amid a number of difficulties, especially with the installation of the steel trusses. The first set of trusses had to be removed, and the initial engineer withdrew cooperation despite having been paid. A new committee, which include experts, was therefore constituted to restore directions and technical order. The new committee comprised Most Reverend Hilary Okeke, the Daisam Bishop, Monsaino Patrick A. Zabata, Hippolyta Digwe, Gabriel, and the rest of them. They mentioned their name. Even before the committee could formally meet, Dr. Ubah informed the bishop that he had already engaged another contractor, Professor Nwabala, and advance him a considerable sum of money. The committee intervened at this stage, insisting on proper structural and architectural detailing before further work could continue. Guided by the committee technical input, Dr. Ubah and Professor Nwabala attended several meetings in which earlier omissions were addressed. The contractor then, after, proceeded in accordance with the committee recommendations with continued expert supervisor. This is about the roof. Just to clear what Senator Ubah said in that particular video, Nyana Bishop Umen. Just to clear the air, citing errors here and there, giving the credit to the committee, the church secretary, and not the said Nwabala and the team, Ifeanyi Ubah constituted before Nke Diocese Webia. Citing errors here and there, just to always make sure that now he wasn't the one who actually carried out all the intellectual part of the project. And with a major amount to advance, nothing more. Have you seen how brief it was? Under the supervision of the said committee, blah, 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 citing errors here and there. Now, this is about the roof. Now, transition to a new bishop, number 9. Let me go to 19. Opening the project to the faithful. But at number 9, Kaifife Dena number 9 now. I say, this was the state of the project. Na roof here. This was the state of the project when Most Reverend Jonas Benson Okoye was appointed bishop. He continued correspondence with Dr. Ubah, and several meetings were held to review progress. However, there were still reservations from some technical quarters regarding the choice of materials and structural preferences. The project nevertheless moved forward. Citing errors here and there. Citing errors. Then, 9. 10, a day opening the project to the faithful. A day, at the installation, Bishop Okoye opened the project to the entire people of God. The period that followed, the late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah was no longer the sole financier of the project, having sustained the project significantly up to that point. The new bishop then assumed full leadership of the project with a renewed commitment. At this time, the roofing was still ongoing. Why were they not stating all the stages? Yeah? Why was, or rather, Kerife Batalo, why are they trying to make it look like what Senator Ifeanyi Ubah handled mostly here with the roof? Because what I can see specifically here, they were making reference to the roof. When they said the benefactor came in, they stated clearly there that the project has been ongoing, meaning that the benefactor made the project somewhere during the roofing level, and he could still not finish the roofing of the church. Yeah? Then the completion. Now let us go to the completion. Let us go to the completion so that we will get the missing link. Give a more detailed explanation of the work done by somebody. Then a more detailed explanation of work done in that church. The completion. Under the direction of Bishop Okoye, the roofing was completed. 1. All remaining aspects of the work were brought to conclusion, giving the cathedral the magnificent form in which it now stands. All the beautifications, the artwork adorning the ceiling, the grotto of Our Lady, the sacred sculptures are the brainchild of Most Reverend Jonas Benson Okoye, the diocesan bishop. To God be all the glory. It's given a specification of the work done. Now, let me shock you. Minus this same thing, let me tell you, because ekwo ya ane atushi fe niile negosi egosi. Okwefro, minus this roofing was completed, it was just a few sheets that is not even up to how many meters. We fe for Enugu, and we know the reason why. If I do whatever, after by that time, after such a good church in now, tikoye frame window and the doors there. Now, you see now, it was even on that day, that program na church ya came about the ceiling, ceiling na that church. So now, minus this, if I say the roofing was completed and all remaining aspects of the work we are brought to conclusion, including what I don't know. Giving the cathedral a magnificent form in which work stand, all the beautifications, again the beautifications, the artwork adorning the ceiling, the grotto of Our Lady, the sacred sculpture, and this and the rectification of that project is the only thing left. Yes, beautification, painting, artwork, and even in a balloon. So, minus the beautification and the ceiling of that project and the tiling of the floor, every other work was done by Senator Patrick Ifeanyi Ubah. So, is this what we mean by he contributed? Why did you not state it clearly here that Ifeanyi Ubah started that project? You tell us the same way this way specify if email. You tell us what and what he did. That is the only way people will understand the level of work. Or when you said he took over and he became the benefactor, you did not state what and what he did. You merely stated that he jumped on the already existing project without making it known that he started that work from the foundation. Now, the only place where you stated the work that he did, which is the roofing, you were citing errors. Even up to the time you said the project was taken away from him, you were still citing errors in the inferior of the materials and all that. Let us fear God. I'm coming on a live broadcast so that I can explain this properly well. Who is trying to wipe out the input of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah in this whole cathedral? We know how hard it is for people to bring out one coin. If for somebody you are trying to belittle his effort. And you now watch him, you are trying to help to conceal this wickedness. You think it's going to be better for you? If I know that was mentioned. Well, this is what you mean by being mentioned here. You merely brought him in as a, if you waited the affair, now when people have been waiting. And obviously they never knew that no, you blow like this. They thought because it's no more, because this, that they can just get away with it and go. We may not succeed in changing anything. We may not change anything, but at least people are not going why. We may not change anything actually. The deed has been done. But at least people have heard us. And posterity will be the judge. Posterity will be the judge. It was clearly specified here the works being done by the bishop. But in Ifeanyi Ubah and look at intervention of the benefactor. Nothing was written there. Except trying to tell people that he jumped on a already existing project. That was just the aim of highlighting that part. When actually he brought down every work and he started from the scratch. And from the foundation to that roofing, if for any other thing here, there was nothing you could write there apart from going straight to the roofing, where you can now fault and bring in some fault before you now go to the beautiful place where the bishop completed the work. Make una fear God. Share this video.